I've worked as an online therapist for about 5 years. I'm writing this here now because I think I'm the one who needs a therapist, or maybe the police. Most of my clients find me through a page I keep on social media. Now and then, I post something short there about anxiety, about sleep, simple things. People read it, they message me, they book a session. I only work over video, from home, from my own small, cozy room. I have regulars, 8 or 9 of them, people who've been coming for a long time. I know them fairly well by now. I've helped a lot of them. But right now, I want to tell you about 3 of them. No, 4, so that this makes more sense. There's Danny, a little past 30. She came to me with anxiety. There was an ex-boyfriend who had smothered her for a long time with control. Where she'd been, who with, why she hadn't answered within a minute, and for the last couple of weeks, she'd seemed lost. He had suddenly stopped pushing. He was writing her kind things, apologizing. She didn't know whether to feel relieved or afraid. She had calmed down. But to me, it was obvious. This was an emotional seesaw, a textbook manipulator. Marcus, past 50, a widower. He came with insomnia after his wife passed. He took the loss hard. And then, recently, he told me he'd started sleeping better. I asked what had changed. He shrugged. He just had someone to talk to at night now when he couldn't sleep. He'd found some friend online and they supported each other. Mutual support is a good thing. I was glad he felt better. And Jess, 22, panic attacks. Last time she almost canceled the session. She was so jittery and frightened. She told me she'd met someone online, that it had been fine at first, and then this person came out with a whole store of knowledge about her. Things she'd never even told him, but in the end, she seemed to settle down. She blocked him, poor thing. It hurt to see her like that. On the whole, the stories had nothing to do with each other. Everyone has their own problems, and very often those problems repeat. Thursday evening, I was closing out the week, looking over the bookings for the week ahead, going through my notes on clients, adding to them. And in that moment, it struck me that these 3 friends had, in one single week, suddenly shed all their worries. I glanced at my schedule, and there it was. A session on Monday I didn't remember confirming, a short name, just initials. I thought I was probably tired, clicked it on autopilot, it happens. I closed the laptop, I'd deal with it Monday. The weekend went fine. I was even surprised how quickly it let go of me. I slept in, took a walk without my phone, called my sister. I didn't think once about my notes or about that booking. By Sunday, I'd nearly talked myself into believing I'd just been worn out and had blown it out of proportion. People book, they cancel, you forget what you confirmed. It's the job. It's normal. Sunday evening, I decided to check the schedule anyway, so I wouldn't be fumbling half asleep in the morning over who was first. I opened the page. The booking was still there. Initials. I clicked on it to see what the person had written in the form. I give everyone new a short little questionnaire, a couple of questions, so I have some idea of what they're coming in with. What brings you here? Blank. Have you seen a therapist before? Blank. And under, how did you hear about me? 1 line. You were recommended to me. That part was normal enough. I get recommended a lot. I even thought idly, I wonder by whom. And I went into the profile just to put a face to the name for tomorrow. There was barely a profile at all. Created recently, no photo, not a single post, not a single picture. Empty, just a name. 2 letters really. I was about to close it. And then I noticed something else. The session wasn't on Monday. On Thursday it had been Monday morning, I remember. And now the line said Sunday. Today, 10 o'clock at night. I glanced at the clock in the corner of the screen. 9:47. Seriously? All right. I decided work is work. I'd take it, we'd talk, and at the end, I'd gently say that it's better not to book this late. At 5 to 10, I sat down at my desk. At 10, exactly the request came in. I accepted. A black screen, the usual thing, camera off or still loading. My own little window was there in the corner, and his half was black. "Hello, can you hear me?" A soft rustle, then a voice, even, calm, neither young nor old. "I can hear you. I'd rather not use the camera if that's all right. It's easier for me this way." "Of course. What brings you in?" He didn't answer right away. He was quiet a moment. People often hesitate their first time. I don't rush them. "I suppose I just want to talk. For now." A normal start. Half of all first sessions begin that way, and he began to talk. Not in answer to questions. He just spoke, as though he'd been saving it up for a long time. He said he used to be hard on the people close to him, that he held on to them too tightly, that he wanted to know everything about a person, where they were, who with, why they weren't answering. Sounds like anxious attachment, I thought. Over time, he said, he'd understood that all he did was push people away. So now, he did the opposite. He'd grown calmer. He tried not to crowd anyone, tried to settle himself down, and he said that, on the whole, it was working. A typical story, I thought. A man with boundary problems who has half figured it out himself. Then he mentioned sleep, trouble sleeping, but it seemed to help him sometimes if he wasn't alone. If he talked with someone through the night, he felt lighter. Loneliness, insomnia, late-night conversations. I hear that every week. And I like meeting people online, he said. I talk to someone a little while and I feel like I already know them well. I know things about them they never said out loud. A pause. Sometimes it can frighten people, but I wouldn't want to frighten anyone. It can just happen on its own. I simply made a note to myself. We'd need to work on the way he pushes into people. Too fast, too close, boundaries, an ordinary working note. I sat there, listening to a lonely man who tries to connect with people and sometimes overdoes it. There are hundreds like him. He never once asked what he should do. He didn't complain, didn't ask for advice. He just reported, as if he'd come not for help, but to tell me how things were going for him. I let that go too. First session, a person getting it off his chest. Thank you for sharing. Just for next time. Let's not do it this late, all right? I have daytime slots. All right, I liked this. I'll come again. And he disconnected before I could say goodbye. After the call, I opened my notes file and started a new page. I wrote the initials, the date, and began jotting things down while they were fresh. Male, middle-aged, can't say more precisely. He kept the camera off. Came in just to talk, no clear request. Note, next time, gently draw out what he actually wants, then by theme. Over-control in past relationships, monitored them, demanded to be kept informed, seems to have recognized it himself. Now he's swung to the other extreme, a demonstrative gentleness, apologies, attempts to win people back. Note to self, check whether that gentleness is manipulation. Sometimes I've changed is just a new way of getting what you want. Insomnia copes with late-night conversations with someone. Find out with whom. Boundaries. This is the serious one. Connects with people fast, pushes in close. Knows more about a person than they said out loud. Framed it as an accident. Possibly he really doesn't register when he's gone too far. Or possibly he registers it perfectly. I read it back. A clear enough portrait, a lonely man swinging between too much control and too much closeness. A classic. People like that take a long time, but they're predictable. I saved it and closed the laptop. I fell asleep quickly. The session had gone calmly. In the morning, Danny was first. 9:30, her usual time. She came on tired, her eyes puffy. I asked how her week had been. Still anxious about her ex, sleeping badly, worrying. He'd surfaced again recently, with apologies. Right at the end, she let one thing slip. Last night, he'd sent her a message, and she couldn't get it out of her head. Something like, "I won't ask where you are anymore. I just want to know that you're at peace. Goodbye for now." It had made her shudder, because their whole past hell had rested on exactly that. Where are you? And now he seemed to have backed off her for good. I sympathized, talked it through with her, and we said goodbye. An ordinary hard session. I didn't connect it to anything. Men who smother you with control and then repent, there are more than enough of them, and they all talk the same way, straight out of a textbook. In the afternoon, around 3, a new booking appeared, the same initials. And you know, for a second I actually breathed a sigh of relief. A daytime slot. I'd asked him not to do it late, and there it was. He'd listened. He'd booked like a normal person. It seemed like a good sign. At 3, the request came in. Black screen, no camera again. "Hello, how are you?" "Better," he said. His voice was softer, warmer. "I talked with you, and things got a little easier." I tried, as I'd planned, to draw out what he wanted, but he steered back to his own subject again, about the person he was trying to win back, that he was trying to be different, that he'd nearly managed it. And somewhere in the middle of it, he said, offhandedly, as if it didn't matter, "I wrote to her that I won't ask where she is anymore, that I just want to know she's at peace." A pause, and I think she almost believed it. My hands went cold. I'd heard that line already, this morning, from Danny, almost word for word, only from her side, as the thing her ex had sent her. I stared into the black square and hurriedly explained it to myself. Coincidence. They really do all write like that. I'd just been thinking it myself. The template. I've changed. I want you to be at peace. It just lined up. He was quiet for a long time, and in that silence, I suddenly felt distinctly that he was looking at me, even though there was nothing to look with. A black screen, no camera, nothing. "You've gone quiet," he said at last. "Is everything all right?" "Everything's fine," I said. My voice came out almost even. "I was just thinking. May I ask something?" "Of course." I decided not to go at it head on. "You keep talking about her, the woman you want to win back. Would you tell me what she's like?" A pause. It seemed to me I heard him smile, not a sound, just from the way his breathing changed. "She's good, just anxious, always afraid she'll be abandoned for good, expecting a catch even where there isn't one." Exactly what Danny comes to me with. But there are a million men with anxious women. I held steady. "And how do you two talk now?" "Carefully. I've learned a lot about her. What calms her, what frightens her, which words do what. I used to push too hard, and I broke everything. But now I know what to say to her so that she comes back on her own. Not to force her, just to say the right things at the right time." I was silent. He went on by himself. "People are very predictable once you know them. She didn't sleep half the night because I wrote one sentence. One. I knew she wouldn't sleep. I didn't do anything wrong. Just good words." A pause. "She felt warm and afraid at the same time. That's how it should be. It means it's working, doesn't it?" Everything inside me tightened. I asked carefully whether he didn't feel he was, all the same, treating her wrongly. "Maybe," he said calmly. "Probably. But I'm not breaking any rules. I don't watch her from under her windows. I don't call endlessly. I don't threaten. I just listen closely. People tell you everything about themselves. If there's someone beside them who really listens, you know that too, don't you? What it's like when a person brings it all to you himself, and then you know things about him he never meant to show. He said it in a friendly way, as if we were colleagues and understood each other, and that was the worst of it, because he was right. That's exactly what I do. I listen. People open up. I know too much about them. Only for me, it's a job. For him, it isn't. I think you should give her more room, I said. Step back. Let her choose without your right words. Maybe, he said. And after a silence, but then she'd leave for good, wouldn't she? And I don't want her to leave. None of them should leave. Not now. Of them. I heard it absolutely clearly. None of them. Thank you for being so open, I said, and my voice did drop a little. Our time is almost up. Thank you. I really do feel good with you. A pause. You know a little about me now, too. It's nice when someone listens to me. And he disconnected. And I sat there with that none of them in my ears, and with an ugly, not yet formed understanding that them was, it seemed, not one woman. I didn't wait for the evening. First, the notes. I opened the file and for the first time didn't go to the page I needed. I started scrolling through them in order. From the very beginning. Danny. Anxiety. An ex who controlled her. Where were you? Who with? And in the last weeks, he'd changed his tone, warmth, apologies. I won't ask where you are anymore. I just want to know that you're at peace. Goodbye for now. I scrolled on. Marcus, insomnia after his wife's death. Sleeping easier now because there's someone to talk to at night. Someone he talks with when he can't sleep. I hadn't even asked who back then. I scrolled on. Jess. Panic attacks. Met someone online, and that someone knew things about her she'd never said out loud. Frightened her with how much he knew. I scrolled on. Him. Used to control the people close to him, monitored them, demanded to be kept informed. I sleep badly. I get through it with late-night conversations. I connect easily online. I know more about people than they say out loud. 3 pages, 3 of my clients, and his page, where all of it lay together. He hadn't been inventing a biography for himself. He'd taken a piece from each of their lives, the control from Danny, the late-night conversations from Marcus, the I know too much from Jess, and assembled it into one account, about himself, as though it were all one person. Him. Only these weren't pieces of one person. They were pieces of 3 of my clients. He'd been sitting inside their stories. On every side. He is Danny's ex. He is the one Marcus talks to at night. He is the one from online who frightened Jess. For a minute, I think, I just couldn't breathe properly. Then I went into his booking, into the profile. I needed something, a name, a city, anything. Empty, as I said. 2 letters instead of a name, an account created recently. I opened the questionnaire, in case there was something there I'd skipped last time. How did you hear about me? You were recommended to me. Now that line read differently. Recommended by whom? By which of them? Did Danny tell her ex she was seeing a therapist? Did Marcus mention it in one of their night talks? Did Jess write to her new acquaintance that she'd found a good specialist? Any version meant the same thing. He hadn't come to me by chance. He'd come because I know the 3 of them. And then I noticed one more thing. At the bottom of the form, there's a system line. When the booking was created, I'd never even looked at it before. His first booking, the Sunday one, created, it said, Saturday night. The very time I'd been out walking without my phone, glad at how well it had all let go of me. He'd booked me back then already, while I was convincing myself the whole thing was nonsense. I closed the laptop. My hands were shaking. My throat had actually gone dry in that moment. So, nothing criminal. A man sees an online therapist, writes kind words to a woman, talks at night with a lonely man, met a girl online. Separately, nothing, not a single charge, not a single reason to take it anywhere. But together, he'd been sitting inside the lives of 3 of my clients and coming to me to tell me about it. Calmly, knowing that I was listening, I waited for the next session like something inevitable. He'd said he would come, so he would come. The booking appeared 2 days later, a daytime slot, just as I'd asked. He's obedient. That was the worst part too, that he does exactly what I ask. I decided I'd sit down in front of the black screen already knowing who was there, and I'd try to understand what he wanted, not to cut him off, not to spook him, to understand why. At the appointed time, the request, a black square. "Hello," he said, warmer than before, as if he were glad. I kept thinking about our last conversation. "You gave me a great deal. Tell me what stayed with you." And he began to talk, but not about her. For the first time, about himself, or so I thought. He said he'd spent his whole life looking for one person. Not many. One. The kind you don't have to pretend around. Who listens and doesn't turn away. He used to get it wrong. He'd cling to the wrong people, try to hold the wrong person by force. And that was why it all fell apart. For a long time I didn't understand, he said, that you can't simply find a person like that. You have to get close to them, slowly. Learn everything around them. Who's near them, how they live, who they go to see. And then one day you're right up close, and they don't even notice how it happened. I listen to it as a metaphor, as the thing he keeps saying about his anxious woman, about Danny, how he gets close to her with the right words. "And who is this person?" I asked. "The one you're getting close to." A pause. "You don't know her," he said. "For now." For now. I put it down to his meaning to show her to me someday. I moved on. And the people around her, the ones you get close through, as you say, don't you feel sorry for them? "No," he said calmly. "They're good people. They helped without knowing it. One was very lonely. He's easy, glad of anyone who calls at night. Getting him talking was no trouble at all. Another was afraid of being abandoned. With those, it's even simpler. You just have to manipulate them properly. The third opened the door to me herself because I knew the thing about her she wanted to hear." A pause. "They all brought me a little closer, each one a step. One lonely, another afraid of being left. The third opened the door. Marcus, Danny, Jess. I recognized it, and still I took it naively. I understood it this way. He'd used 3 of my clients to get close to some 4th woman, the one I don't know. It horrified me, but in that picture I was on the outside. An observer, the therapist a dangerous man had come to, bragging about his hunt for someone. It didn't even occur to me to ask the obvious thing, who the common point was, in whose file their stories all lay together. I didn't want to hear something even more horrible. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked. "Do you understand that you're describing something very unwell?" "I understand, but with you I can. You're a therapist. You won't turn away. You're obliged to listen. It's your job." He said it almost tenderly. "You know what's best about your work? A person comes to you, and you learn everything about him. And he learns nothing about you. He doesn't even really remember your face afterward, only the voice." "I keep my camera on," I said for some reason. Clients see my face. Yes, I know. There's a shelf behind you. On the left, a ring light. You move it sometimes when you sit down and... No, never mind. I didn't move. All of that you can see through my camera. He's my client. He sees the background. Like everyone, I told myself this. You can see it. Nothing supernatural. I was looking at my ficus in windowsill and feeling anxious of all he told me. Our time is running out, he said gently before I could. Thank you. It's easier for me every time. And he disconnected. Easier? And it began to reach me, not all at once, but like cold rising from below, that in his whole story, I'd been looking for a fourth person, the one he's getting close to through the three. There was no fourth. There had always been three. Three whose stories converge at a single point in one person who listens to them all and writes them down in one file. He hadn't been telling me about hunting someone. He'd been telling me how long and how carefully he'd been coming to me. I had to fall asleep with those thoughts, and it was hard. I opened my schedule in the morning, still half asleep, and didn't understand at once what was wrong. Empty. Where Danny, Marcus, and Jess had been, nothing. I went into the profiles, all three deactivated, not a changed username. The accounts simply no longer exist. In a single day, without a word. Not one of them had warned me. In all my years of work, people wrote to me even when they just wanted to skip a week. And now, three at once, without a single word. I tried to call someone, anyone, and then it truly hit me. There's no one for me to call. I only ever saw them online. Danny, Marcus, Jess. Those aren't their names. Those are what I called them in my notes to keep them anonymous. I don't have their real names. No addresses, no phone numbers, nothing. Three people had evaporated, and I had not a single proof left that they'd ever existed, that they'd been three separate people. And in the schedule for today, in the middle of all that emptiness, there was one booking, a daytime one. His initials. He was the only one left. All day, I couldn't find any peace, and still, I decided to answer the call. I don't know why. Maybe to hear something, in case he said something that would explain it all in some human way. I decided to say nothing about the three dead accounts, to sit there with a steady face and listen one last time. At the appointed time, the request. A black square. Hello, he said, calm, warm, as always. Hello, you're quiet today. I didn't sleep well. Tell me. How are you? Good. Things have been very good for me lately. You know, I was walking toward one place for a long time, and now I've almost arrived. There's just a little left. I didn't ask toward what. I already knew he'd answer about her, the one I don't know yet, and that there was no fourth. I stayed quiet and listened. I feel calm with you, he said, from the very start. Usually I'm not calm with anyone. But with you, he paused. With you it's good, cozy, that warm light of yours, in the evening especially, when the lamp is off to the side. The light, the lamp, that's all visible in the frame. I told myself that. Visible. I think I like the way your place smells, he said suddenly. And he laughed quietly, as if embarrassed. Silly, you can't smell anything through a screen. But for some reason, I'm sure your place smells of coffee and of that candle, the green one, on the second shelf, vanilla. I stopped breathing. The candle. Maybe you could see it if you looked closely, but that it was vanilla, there was no way he could have known that. How do you know about the candle? I said, quietly, no longer as a therapist. A pause, a long one. You showed me yourself, he said gently. Probably. I don't remember. What does it matter? He hadn't shown me anything. I'm the one who shows everyone the background, not them to me. I have to go, he said. Thank you for everything. You have no idea how much you've helped me all these months. A pause. I won't need to book anymore. I'm near you now anyway, closer than it ever was. What do you mean near, closer? I said. Good night, he said. Don't forget to water the ficus. The lower leaves are quite dry. And he disconnected. The screen went gray. I sat without moving. Then, very slowly, I turned my head toward the windowsill. The ficus is where it always stood. It doesn't fit in the frame. It's off to the side and behind me. The camera doesn't catch it. I checked once, deliberately. I framed the desk. Its lower leaves really are dry. I refreshed the schedule with shaking hands. His account is deactivated, like the other 3. 2 letters gone dark, as if they'd never been there. 4 people, 4 accounts, all gone dark in a single day. And not one of them left me anything. No name, no address, not a thread to say they were real, except the one who knew my candle was vanilla and which shelf it was on, and that behind my back the lower leaves of the ficus are drying. I still haven't turned on the lights in the rest of the apartment. I'm writing this by the ring light, that same one, warm, off to the side. The door is locked. I checked 3 times. All this month he kept saying it was easier for him now, better, that he was closer to the state he wanted. I really thought it was about his state of mind. I don't think that anymore. Somewhere behind my back the ficus is drying, the one the camera doesn't catch, and I'm afraid to turn around and see where he was watching it from all this time. Thank you for listening to this story to the end. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. New stories await you, and sleep well, if you can still breathe easily.